Now, times change and so do our attitudes. When the actress and TV personality Stacey Dooley was criticised last year by the Labour MP David Lammy when she travelled to Uganda to visit a neonatal clinic that Comic Relief had supported, it led to allegations that the visit was perpetuating tired and unhelpful stereotypes. After much thought, Comic Relief has now announced it will stop sending celebrities to Africa after criticism that stars were going to the continent as white saviours. The charity will also stop using images of starving people or critically ill children to portray Africa. Sir Lenny Henry, who co-founded Comic Relief, called it a huge move. Well, Claire O'Shea is from the international development charity Hub Cymru Africa, and she also co-chairs the Wales Overseas Agency Group. Claire, do you welcome this move by Comic Relief?
Yes, we do. Comic Relief have taken the right decision today. It's been an ongoing debate for quite a long time, and they've been quite slow to move on it. They've got an enormous access to a UK audience, and they've really got a good chance now to change the narrative around fundraising for Africa.
But we know how UK audiences react to celebrities, and this is the point, isn't it? By seeing people who you admire, who you aspire to being out raising money, raising awareness about illnesses in Africa, about conditions in Africa, aren't these celebrities doing some good as well?
I think there's some good in highlighting these stories, but I think there's also a purpose in handing over the mic to people who are living the experiences. I don't think it's helpful to have kind of the white experience or to have the experience of the celebrity being more important than the experience of the people who are living in Africa, understand the context, are doing good things to kind of reduce poverty in their own countries. They definitely need self-determination and to be able to tell the stories that they want to tell, not the stories necessarily that a Welsh audience want to hear.
But if international aid and international development is desperately needed in some parts of Africa, how do you go about highlighting the issues then?
I think it's really important not to kind of dehumanise the people involved.
I'm sure to defend Stacey Dooley, that's the last thing she thinks she would have done or would be doing.
Of course, but it's we just need to kind of tell stories that are positive. You need to kind of look at some of the fundraising campaigns that happen in the UK, for example, around kind of cancer or stroke. People are able to tell their own stories. They're able to elicit fundraising because they're kind of put in the centre of the story. They're allowed to talk about their own realities. We don't always need a celebrity to speak on their behalf. And I think that's true internationally as well. People can tell compelling stories themselves without needing someone to do it on their behalf, particularly people who don't necessarily understand the context or live in the countries that they're talking about.
Do you think we could also tell more positive stories about how aid and development can transform a society rather than focusing on the hunger and the poverty?
I think it's really important. I think aid does serve a purpose. There's lots of money going into Africa which support really, really great organisations and great projects, often delivered by African people living and working in African countries. And we should focus on those. And by kind of employing African photographers, camera people, production staff, journalists, they're all able to do that work and kind of boost their own economy by having skills that are seen as employable skills.
Are you worried slightly that if the attention isn't on celebrities going out there, that less money might be raised?
I think it's something that we need to tackle. I think this is a good change to happen. I think we can learn a lot from this moment. Potentially fundraising will drop off, but we need to learn how to build empathy and connection with people without the need for a celebrity to be doing that. I think it's the beginning of a process. And I think now more than ever, we probably understand what it's like to be globally connected through kind of COVID and the pandemic. And we understand how much our well-being depends so much on the well-being of other people. Indeed. So I think this is as good a time as any to kind of make that connection that isn't about celebrity.
I'll have to leave it there. Claire O'Shea from Hub Cymru Africa, thanks for joining us.